drives their Raiders to victory in Vegas. Coming up, we're keeping things in the AFC for an intra-conference contest. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Las Vegas Raiders. Cam Little after the opening kick. And we're off and running in Las Vegas. Dylan Laube on the return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. And leading them out, you and I have both covered this guy, Brock, a veteran drafted back in 2013, coming off a career high in passing yards last season. It's Geno Smith.
Not been a whole lot of careers quite like Geno's. The miraculous second act of his career in 2022 is now old news. And I think it's because of a stubbornness, a stick-to-itiveness, and a competitiveness that few have.
And the first carry here for Ashton Genty. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that's a Vegas first down.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
One play in, Brock, and his drive is already in enemy territory. First down, and they go right back to it. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop it behind the line. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock, here who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Offense to the line for second down. Shotgun snap to Smith. That's complete to the back, Ashton Genty. And he works it down to the enemy 44-yard line. Devin Lloyd on the tackle.
That's a defense's goal, right, Cake? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Throwing on third, Smith. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line. So here comes the Jaguar offense now. Their turn to set out on an opening drive. They're brought out by the 5th-year man out of Clemson. Hard to believe it's year 5, isn't it, Brock? Former #1 overall pick, Trevor Lawrence.
When you have a franchise quarterback, and Trevor is that guy in Jacksonville, you typically don't slump to bottom 5 in the draft, but that's where the Jags have found themselves. And that's why there's a new system, a new coach, and really a new lease on life for Trevor in what becomes a very big year in his career.
Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down up the 28-yard line.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. He picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
3rd and just 2 to go. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Got his man. Thomas has it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Thomas Jr. A gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Jaguars first down. It's a gain of 10. First down, Jacksonville.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Here's ETN on first down. Still going inside the 35. Touchdown, Jacksonville! The Jaguars don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Travis Etienne, the touchdown.
You know, Kate, I think one thing we've clearly learned about the analytics of this game at the NFL level, explosive plays matter. And to get one on the opening series, that has got to feel good for this offense.
Cam Little to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Raiders, nothing.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Laube with the return. Escapes the defender. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Second drive coming up for the Las Vegas offense. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Excellent. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
These quarterbacks are so good with their clock in their head between the tackles. But you get outside the pocket, and you've got to have that same ability. If you hesitate for a second, the defenses with their speed at this level, they'll find a way to bring you to the ground.
After the sack, defense has got to be feeling good. Here comes 2nd and 12. From the gun, Smith. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage. Set him up now with 3rd down.
First sack, wobbled the cart. This one, I think, sent it off the rails entirely. Taking the L on each of the first 2 plays leaves this offense looking at a very unlikely 3rd down pickup.
Not an enviable spot as they come up 3rd and long. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. And we all saw it. The flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. So they make the stop, but they do it with some illegal aid. The referees say there was interference that time.
And this is why it is so hard to stop these offenses. It's hard enough to cover, right, obviously, without being penalized, but then you get a little bump, you get a little push, and now you get a 3rd down conversion via penalty.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. The rookie out of Colorado, the one to bring him down.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
Smith back to throw. Now he takes it. That's a pickup of 9. That's good for a Raiders first.
And the Raider first down. First and 10.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Genty from the gun. Jukes a man, he's running free. And he's almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Making a stop, that was last year's Heisman Trophy winner, Travis Hunter.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
This is Genty on 2nd. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuffing the run.
Throw here, 3rd down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. It takes a special quarterback to thread the needle. He couldn't do it.
You know what that's like? That's like passing across your own crease in hockey, kid. That's a big no-no. When you challenge double coverage in the end zone, and let me tell you, coaches don't really like that either.
Carlson's kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Second drive of the game upcoming for this Jaguar offense. And the last time they had it, they ran it down the field on them. I'd expect some better resistance up front if they try that again. Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. Here's Etienne to begin the drive. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Lawrence working from the gun. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. Lawrence goes into a slide before that hit can arrive with enough for a 1st down.
Gain of 15 yards. And the Jaguars 1st down. A gain of 15.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a 1st down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Design bootleg here. Short pass brought in. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or will make tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
On play action now, Lawrence. A throw left side, caught by Brown. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
Jaguars, first down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Offense is set. First and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And they're going to be humbled here on first down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play.
You see that sweep blown up before it gets to the outside, you know defensively, tremendous anticipation. But even more, better execution.
All right, a couple yards to make up, Brock. Time to rediscover the magic on this drive. Here's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Catch made over the middle. Well, this certainly makes the third down easier. Nearly avoided it altogether. Gain of 10 right up near that marker now.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. On 3rd and 2, here's Lawrence.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. And last drive left them in a little bit of limbo, Brock. They were happy to leave with points, obviously, but not happy that they had to settle for a field goal instead of a touchdown.
Coaches love to say, on offense, let every drive end in a kick. The bronze medal's a punt, silver medal's a field goal, and now they're going to be striving for that PAT, the gold medal.
Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. First play is going to be a give to Genty. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Run lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11. Play action. Here's Smith. Now here he goes. And just before he reaches the marker, he's hit and stopped. They got him at the 29.
A gain of 11 makes it 3rd and 1.
Third and a lone yard coming up. On the sneak, it's Smith. They're loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain.
It's a gain of a yard. And the Raider first down. 1st and 10.
Everybody understood the assignment right there. For one guy, the quarterback, get the snap and make the marker. For the other 10, drive like mad, push like crazy, and create that space for the first.
Shotgun give here to Genty. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Smith in the pistol. He keeps it and takes off. He'll have a small gain up to about the 32. Josh Hines Allen, that time to haul him down.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Third down here, need 8 on the play. So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter 1. It's the Jaguars setting the pace so far. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They have 3rd down and 8. 3rd and long for him here. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That is such a good play defensively. A play you can take a whole bunch of pride in not only stopping the passing game, but the effort to get to the quarterback before he could scramble for the first.
A.J. Cole on the punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he calls for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 14-yard line. Out now runs the Jaguars offense. And a nice drive last time out, Brock, squandered by that interception. So I think they take a repeat of everything except that final play. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. They go play action. Lawrence. On the move, hit it right. Lawrence is hit, the ball is loose. And he falls on his own miscue, and that sets him up with a 1st down.
We all saw the brief moment of full-on panic between the ball coming out and him getting back on it. The impressive part is he kept his composure while it was still loose. One mistake didn't become 2, and he cleaned it up before any defenders could.
Throwing on 1st down, Lawrence. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. Finds him over the middle. And no 1st down here. He's up to the 42-yard line. Another half yard, and he'd have had it.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Lawrence here running the sneak. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the 1st down.
It's a gain of 2. And the Jaguars 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
That may not look like much, but that is a confidence builder for quarterback and offensive line in particular. When you know you can push the pile on 3rd down on a sneak and get a 1st down, you may have to come back to that in a bigger moment in this one later.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Buys time, rolling right. Give him 32 on the play. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
32 yards. That's another Jaguars 1st down. It's a gain of 32.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the 1st down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Lawrence, a quick throw out wide. And he's going to work it to the 20. Landon Roberts coming over for the hit.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And he's able to get this down to the 13. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
A 7-yard gain. That's another Jaguars 1st down.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
1st and 10, he keeps it on the option. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
And that's a pretty modest pickup for a QB keeper. On a traditional handoff, you'll take that yardage, but those QB keepers, so many times, they're really designed, Kate, for chunk plays in my double digits, and they nearly got it there.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Lawrence looking to throw. Caught just shy of the goal line. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars now lead by 10. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
On is Little for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jaguars drive their lead to 11.
14. Raiders 3.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Laube with the return. Showing a little burst so far. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. The Raiders have their offense back out there. And they find themselves trailing by 11 as they take over down 14-3. Good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. And off to Genty. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
That's good for a Las Vegas first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Play fake. Here's Smith. Throwing this one back of the end zone. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now they face 2nd down. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown, and you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
It's a screen play to Genty. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle room. You call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Myers, the motion man here. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And this drives him back at a field goal range, Brock, as he's stopped for loss of yardage. They break the huddle. It's 2nd down now. Smith to the air now. Out to his wide end. It's a screen. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. And they were Johnny on the spot.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Man in motion, headed right. Throwing on 3rd, Smith. Finds him on the crossing route. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's a Vegas first down.
Raiders first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Hey, let's get those next-gen stats out here, Kate. See just how far he had to run between the snap of the football and when he finally got the throw. Did a beautiful job of settling down into zone coverage, even though it took him a whole lot of distance to get there.
And he'll gain about 7 on this one as he gets him down into the red zone.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
First give of the game here to Raheem Mostert. And that second down run is only going to manage a yard.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. It just needed one more component. Get that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late. This could have been much, much more exciting.
All right, 2 yards to go here on third down on what will be the 9th play of this impressive drive. Complete beyond the marker. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a first and goal.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Zone read, they'll give it to Genty. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. Second and goal coming up. I think we both sensed it as the play was developing, Brock. It didn't look like either guy wanted the football, and you can see why with how well it played out defensively.
Yeah, there's 2 looks as a quarterback you hate to see on your teammate's face. When you throw your receiver into coverage and he gets smacked, and then when you pitch it out to the running back and he gets the negative yards on his stat sheet, yeah, that's the one the quarterback's got to rectify.
What do we do?
We call that receiver screen, and every once in a while, that wide receiver, he's got to be his own blocker. He's got to make the first guy or 2 miss. That didn't happen. Play goes nowhere.
Now backed up to the 8, third and goal. Here he goes, third and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defensive down away from completing this stand. It's 4th and goal.
Okay, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
So now on 4th down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. Already has 1 in this game, this from 30. Carlson's kick is good. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Jaguars, then running back Travis Etienne, trotting back out to the field. And that front is really going to need to buckle down and provide some more opposition because he's gotten off to an excellent start here. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. On the ground to begin this drive with Etienne. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, the 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. You're going to have to pick up the pace.
At the 30-yard line.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. And it's the Jaguars lined up with a 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Throw left side, complete. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
First down throw, Lawrence. Connection made, Travis Etienne. And he's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4 there, 2nd down.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates now as a receiver in the open field.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Lawrence working from the gun. Makes the catch. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point of the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Motion man left is Brown. Throwing again. Here's Lawrence. Flushed out now to his left. They get to him after a small pickup to the 35. Kevin White hauls him down.
The positive of that effort, he didn't go backwards. Didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on 2nd down.
Second and 6 coming up here. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Oh, he's going for it again. Lawrence goes into a slide before that hit can arrive with enough for a first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. It is caught left side. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8. 2nd down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now Lawrence. Cut out left. And he won't have any room after that quick pass. Well covered by the defense. That play loses yards. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Coming to the line for their 9th play of the drive. This is 3rd and 3. And they're going to throw out of the gun. He just throws this one away.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Facing 4th down, the Jags electing to send out Cam Little for this field goal try. From the left hash, 34 yards away. Little knocks it through. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
That's tremendous execution right there. Really using every bit of time they had left in a methodical drive, paying off with points. And remember, they'll get the ball to start the 2nd half as well.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here.
At their own 35-yard line.
They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Running back, motioning right. Steps up, and he's running with it. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. So a 2-score game here at the break. Some work to be done as we get ready for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Scott Hanson. Scott?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hanson and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
As always, big thanks to our guy Scott Hanson and everyone down in Orlando. We're back looking at a 2-score game here, Brock, as our 3rd quarter gets underway.
Daniel Carlson.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. This makes it up to the 25. Jacksonville has its offense out there to start this 3rd quarter. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. They'll start the 2nd half with ETN. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
One thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
At the 26-yard line.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. They go play action. Lawrence. He finds Brown right side. He'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
A 3-yard pickup, and it's 3rd down.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. They'll throw 3rd and long. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
On 4th down, it's Logan Cook on for the Jaguars to punt it away. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run for Mostert. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Giving this to Genty. And they find him after just a yard. It's third down.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Throw here, third down. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. It'll be A.J. Cole doing the honors. And he's just going to fair catch that one at the 24-yard line. Now the Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Off the play action, it's Lawrence. Complete right side to Washington. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 32-yard line.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Etienne gets it on the draw. And this is going backwards. The defense all over that draw, and they're going to lose yards. 3rd down coming up. A great call in a short yardage situation right there, Brock, and that was exactly the type of front that defense needed to have.
Yeah, I agree with you. I love the X's and O's of it, and then even more, the guys going out there and executing it, pulling the trigger to create that loss.
Receiver in motion, headed right. 3rd down, Lawrence to throw. Got his man, Thomas has it. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a Jaguar first down.
First down. A gain of 21 yards. First down, Jaguars.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
That one's caught along the left sideline. And they're going to have 1st and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Put the ball in your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Etienne will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
They'll send him over right. Now it's Lawrence. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. And as that one falls incomplete, Brock, the pressure ticks up just a bit because this has been too good a drive to not pay it off in the end zone.
Yeah, Kate, it's time to find your best matchup.
Yeah.
Unless you're already committed to going for it on 4th, you've got one more shot. Players, not plays. Get it to your best player.
Lawrence on 3rd and goal. Ooh, on him quick there, and they bring him to the turf. And the defensive down away from completing this stand. It's 4th and goal.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
Facing fourth down, the Jags electing to send out Cam Little for this field goal try. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Little knocks it through, and that extends their lead to 14.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Laube with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. Genty on the give. He's headed right. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. Fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them could throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
Smith on 3rd and short. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. That force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Las Vegas sends out the punt team. And they could really use a good one here. Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. The Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence set to take over on offense once again. And this defense, boy, just beyond frustrated this late in the game. How's a group supposed to deal with him as a passer, Brock, and dedicate the resources needed to slow down this type of day on the ground, too? Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. Up to the races, middle of the field. At the 20. You mix it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars keep their drive alive and reach Pater 1 play later. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
On his Little for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. The Jaguars stretch their lead to 21.
Raiders 6.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's White on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. They're down 21 now after that last score and in need of a comeback as we work through this game.
Somebody gotta do it. I mean, hey, somebody gotta do it. I take the G, hey, watch him do it. We survived outside, dog, from the music. They like, what he own? Is it Alpha and Omega?
Ball at the 33 for first down. From the gun, Smith. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And this is taken ahead to the 37. The former #1 pick, Trayvon Walker on the stop.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
This is Genty on second. And that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be third down. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put two tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Third and long for him here. He's got the first down grab and still going. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for Raiders first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he's got this one down to the enemy 35 before they force him out. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's a Vegas first down.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
On first down, here's Smith. This is Cox. That's Bowers working downfield. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
4 more yards. That's another Raiders first down.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is, because that QB and tight end, they got that ball out in a hurry.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 2-yard line.
Just a yard left to go on 2nd down. Finds him quickly on the RPO. Touchdown! The Raiders shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Carlson adds the extra point. And the Raiders get it back to a 14-point game.
Jaguars 27, Raiders 13.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff.
Kickoff for Las Vegas.
Return coming from the 6. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. The Jaguars, then running back Travis Etienne, trotting back out to the field. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this second half. Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. They'll try it left with Etienne. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Hoping to head in the right direction and save this drive early. Here's 2nd and 13. Etienne again. He's going to take this one forward for a gain of about 9. 3rd down coming up.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
And the gun on this 3rd down, Lawrence. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
And the Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then. And the running back's still doing it to this day.
He sells it just a couple of yards on that carry, and that brings up 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Lawrence now off the play action. Has a man, it's Brown. And he picks up about 6 on the play. Stopped though right near the marker. Didn't get it, 3rd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and inches.
This is the end of the 3rd quarter. The Jaguars have the football. They're going to be up a couple of scores as we start our 4th quarter. Here we go. Goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches. He's going to keep this one. They're loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain.
Jaguars first down. A gain on the play.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They'll give this up the middle to Etienne. And he's going to take this all the way to about the 31. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Receiver in motion, going left. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Hits him downfield. This is Thomas. He's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here's ETN on first down. Solid gain on that play drop. That's 5 yards. It's going to be second down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Flag down. This could be a free opportunity for the offense. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And they get to him and tackle him on the return. But will this turnover count, partner? I don't know. There's a flag on the play. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Still second down.
Following the penalty, Brock, an easier go now. 2nd down and just 2. Lawrence working from the gun. And he has the catch. Gets both feet in. That's a touchdown. The Jaguars have likely locked up the win right there. Well, they certainly wasted no time in making that turnover hurt even more. They looked to the end zone on the very first play, Brock, and they connected.
You know, Kate, I love it. It was an ambush to begin the drive. They attacked that end zone against a defense who was out there on short notice and not ready for that sudden change they talk about.
On is Little for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars stretch their lead to 21.
Raiders 13.
Somebody gotta do it. Somebody gotta do it. I take a G. Watch, do it. We survived outside off from the music. Turn his TV off. Ain't with my type activities, then don't you get involved. Hey, I mean, the shit I seen, send them off. Take a risk or take a trip. You know I'm tripping for my dog. Who you with? Couple sergeants and lieutenants where they get back. This revolution been televised. I fell through with the knickknacks. Hey, young, get your chili up. Yeah, I admit that. Hey, black out. If they act out.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Laube with the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. He's going to reach that 34-yard line before he stops. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Play fake. Here's Smith. He keeps it and takes off. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
Smith on 1st down. Completed over the middle. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
That's another Las Vegas 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock. And physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Back to the air, it's Smith. It's a screen play to Genty. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Got to figure out this third down here. Again, it's Smith to the air. Setting up the screen. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. So long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
First down, Smith to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
10 more yards. Complete to Dante Thornton. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches. At the 13.
All right up against that marker, but not there yet. It's 2nd and inches. Here's a give inside to Mostert. And he'll have a pickup of 3, which is good enough to make it 1st and goal.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Shotgun snap to Smith. Short pass brought in. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Throwing is Smith.
Now, that's a situation may have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that 1st down.
Touchdown or bust for him here as they set up for 3rd and goal. Back now, pressure coming. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And the defensive down away from completing this stand. It's 4th and goal.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with a quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
Field goal doesn't move that needle. They're going for the touchdown. It's 4th and goal. Desperation time here. And that's caught. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders get it back to within 2 possessions. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
But how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
Carlson now to add one more. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Raiders get it back to a 14-point game.
Raiders 20.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence set to take over on offense once again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. Now Lawrence on the play fake. Fits it through the middle. Through the defense he goes. Room to burn. Brian Thomas Jr. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars making a 3-score game in the 4th. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock, he sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
On his Little for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jaguars stretch their lead to 21. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Laube with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Raiders have their offense back out there. And scoring hasn't been the issue for him, Brock, but it has been impossible to hold pace with the offense on the other side of this football field.
And we know they can't get this all back in one play, but they better do it with a sense of urgency.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Connects on the crosser. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Intended target, Dante Thornton Jr. So that brings up 2nd down.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Smith will try again on 2nd. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3. So chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Smith yet again. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on 3rd down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series and don't put the ball in harm's way.
Down big, they're going to exhaust all options, it appears. The offense lining up to go for this. They motion Tucker over left. Desperation time here on 4th. He finds him beyond the marker. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. They stun the defense with a gain of 14 on 4th down and pick up the first.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best. You get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Smith on 1st down. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Smith's going to throw again. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 28. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. And again, it's Smith. Holds in, again it's Bowers. He has the touchdown. The Raiders get it back to within 2 possessions. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. A 2nd touchdown through the air for Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game. And when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders get it back to a 14-point game. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Jaguars and Brian Thomas Jr. ready for another drive on offense. And he's been reading the coverage, dare I say, Brock, even better than his quarterback has all game. I mean, he just continues to find openings and make plays in this 2nd half. Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. Lawrence throwing here. Hits him on the out route. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
On 2nd down, it's ETN. And in a blink, they are up to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Jaguars, 1st down. A gain of 19 yards. 1st down, Jaguars.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Complete left-sided Thomas. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Daryl Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield. It is phenomenally tough to block this guy in a passing situation. Well, equally as tough to block him out there on the edge. He chased that toss down, and I don't envy these guys trying to block that monster today.
All right, here we go. Second down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Completed over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You're trading a little bit of speed, sure. You sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
Third down, they need 7. To the air on 3rd and long. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That's one of those third down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
Facing 4th down, the Jags electing to send out Cam Little for this field goal try. From the right hash, this is going to be a 51-yarder. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that makes this a 3-score game.
I think you could call this one now, Kate. His field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Laube with the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. From the gun, Smith. He'll step up, and there he goes. And he's going to be brought down at the 28-yard line.
I don't mind that scramble at all, Kate. It makes that defense think this guy's not just going to sit in the pocket all day. I'll say this as well, like I do all the time. When you're going to scramble as quarterback, make sure you protect yourself.
We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Raiders hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. Now Smith. Rolling left side, Bowers has it. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. Almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're into the drop-ins. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, one thing I've noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times the quarterback's been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
And he is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Smith on 1st down. Looking slant route complete. He'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line.
Offense to line. This is 2nd and 4. Smith in the pistol. He's got it near the 8. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal. Now the Raiders using the last of their timeouts. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal. Running back sent in motion. Again, it's Smith to the air. Has it down close. And in for the touchdown. The Raiders get it back to within 2 possessions. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Carlson's extra point is good. And the Raiders cut the lead down to 10.
Jaguars 44, Raiders 34.
So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Even with that kick, there wasn't much chance of pulling off the comeback. And now that they failed to recover, partner, I'd say this one officially over and done with.
They went out taking every chance they could, right? Swinging as much as possible, but you just can't have this big a deficit this late in the game. Pete Carroll likes to say, can you win a game in the 1st quarter, the 2nd quarter, 3rd quarter? Nope. You win it when it matters in this league, and that's finishing in the 4th.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. The Jaguars kneeling out the rest of this victory. So the Jaguars come away with the win in this one. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jaguars as we bid you farewell from Las Vegas.